So I filmed this video on Sunday about like self-knowledge and being interdisciplinary, but it was kind of boring and also my camera died, so I lost some of the footage. So I'm just gonna tell you about some weird stuff that happened when I was a kid. One time, me and my cousins almost drowned in the Gulf of Mexico, but we got rescued by some fishermen, so it was fine. Me and my sister are quite close in age, and so we liked to gang up on our other cousins, and so several times we did this. One time we convinced one of our other cousins that it was pronounced Martian mellows, and that people just were mispronouncing it and they just like ran together, but technically it was technically Martian mellows. One time we convinced one of my cousins that tapioca was actually fish eyes. Oh, here's a good one. One time, me and my sister and my cousins accidentally prevented a plane from landing. So here's the story. We were probably like 12 or 13 and there was this kid who was a family friend of my grandparents that we thought was super cute despite never having met him. He and his dad were flying in to like visit my grandparents. Like they were flying. Like they were flying in. And we drove our golf cart. We had a golf cart. We drove the golf cart out to go see them and meet them when they like landed their plane. And we accidentally drove on the runway. So we were on the runway and they couldn't land their plane, so they just turned around and went home. One time at my mom's work, she was a small business owner when I was growing up, and at her work they had to cut down a tree, so it was my grandfather and my uncle and my dad, and they got out this big chainsaw to cut down a tree. My dad came inside for something, I don't really remember, I was very small, and I made him sit down and take his shoes off because I was scared of the chainsaw, and I know that you can't go outside without your shoes on. One time we were at my great-grandmother's and it was my little cousin's birthday, and my big cousin told my little cousin that he would get him anything he wanted for his birthday, and my little cousin said he wanted him to get a mohawk. We didn't have a lot to give someone a mohawk with, and so we sort of like covered his head with lotion and like smeared his hair into a point. It was really gross. I'm really glad that you're not living where you were living now, because that sounds like a not great situation. I just moved across town to somewhere that was a little bit cheaper in rent and that had gardening space. If you come visit me, that would be like the coolest thing ever. I gotta tell you, where I live there's a whole lot to do, so you can come visit for as long as you want because I will be here, except for a little bit when I won't be here because I have Hamilton tickets. Cool, I'll see you tomorrow, I guess.